Welcome back and thank you so much for staying with Namibia Connect on NBC. Let's bring you another conversation now. Between January and March this year, 124 people committed suicide, with 108 of these being men. The statistics recently released by the police paint a sobering picture of a nation in the midst of a mental health crisis. Motivational speaker Ngamane Karuaihe-Upi joins us in studio now to share his thoughts on the recent statistics that are alarming. Very good morning to you. Always a pleasure to be talking to you.
Motivational speaker. Oh, boy, the titles, okay.
Too many hats that you carry.
Okay.
Very well. Let's talk about this pressuring or rather painful issue that we're now seeing, of course, erupting in our country. The statistics are 124 suicide deaths between January and March this year, just this far.
But,
and 108 of them being men.
But what's different from last year and the year before and the year before and the year before?
Speak to us on that.
We don't do much but react when something happens. It's prominent for a moment or two, and then it's business as usual.
Yeah.
So because now you are talking about 124 people this year, but what about last year or 5 years ago? And that's why we say that, you know, as per your invite, to talk about what are we actually doing, especially for men, as Namibians. And I say we do very little. We have programs all over to promote and empower young girls, young women. But we don't have programs to prepare men to deal with these empowered young women and girls. We have programs that says peace must be a corner entity within our relationships at home. But we don't have programs that says, as men, how do you make sure that peace prevails at home? How do you make sure that as a man you are leading and you are leading your family in such a way that there is harmony in the house so that we do away with gender-based violence and so on? Men are left to their own vices. Men are left to their own resources. Men are left to their own instincts, their own natures in terms of how to live. So when pressures come, whether it is financial, whether it's relationship, whether it's work, whether it's whatever, men don't have platforms to come out and say, wow, I'm having this problem. How are we doing about it? What can I do about this? Yeah. When was the last time you were at a car wash? What do men talk about? Cars,
women,
nyash, women, music, soccer.
Yeah.
Where is that conversation of saying, oh, by the way, you know what? I had a problem. Thanks for your advice. Or I'm having this. We don't do that. Culturally, religiously, we don't do much to prepare men for how to be vulnerable. Because unfortunately, the conditioning that comes from wherever, we don't have enough time for it, says men don't cry. Men don't express. Men are warriors. Men are Easter. Which means what? Whatever comes, oh, you must just take it on. Swallow. Load it up. Pack it up. So when you need to seriously say, oh, the weight is very heavy, where's the help? And that's what's missing.
Yeah. What are the contributing factors to your understanding if you look at the high rate or high suicide rate of men in Namibia?
The conditioning of how men should be men plays a major role.
Okay.
So men don't know. How many men, black, do you know who are clinical psychologists? So that as a Oshiwambo man, as a Damara, as a Kavango, as a Herero man, I have issues. But you know, we men, we don't talk to women. You know, there's still that thing of, as a man, I can't talk to a woman who's more than like the source of my frustration about my issues. So where do we turn to oh, but where's my peer? We don't have those in Namibia. Where are those then programs to say, wait a minute, where are we taking on men? Remember the time when we had men, the CUT program? We had a structure of how to promote male circumcision. Something similar to that for men to say, how can you be a healthy man? How can you be a healthy father? How can you be a healthy husband? How can you be a healthy member of society? That's what I'm saying. It's not in place. And so men are left to suffer in silence.
We also know of the men's conference that also was, I think, held sometime. Also, mental health was also one of the topics. But is it then events such as what more needs to be done then to actually,
we need to
break
normalize.
it down to the need of.
We don't need conferences. We need to have daily, weekly, normalized conversations about the things that bother us. Not a conference once in a blue moon. Not a conference where some of them, there's like they get together to put blame on women. As even people say, no, somebody killed himself because the woman frustrated him or the woman did whatever. Where are we taking responsibility for ourselves as men? If you have a relationship and your woman is the source of your frustration, where are you being responsible for you to say, she's not good enough for me, let me leave her and go find somebody else? Instead of, no, blame her and then try and kill her. We don't have those conversations about us men and how we respond to pressure. And it needs to be a program, a structure, not just on TV, on radio, in churches, at the shebeen, at the car wash, at the soccer house, wherever we congregate. Where are we normalizing it like everything else we have normalized in terms of what we talk about? Whether it is the soccer or the cars or the kettle or the whatever, business, we talk about all those other things. We don't talk about ourselves. We have TV programs that are there every week for music, for rugby, for whatever. We don't have programs every week that says how to be a strong man. How to be a strong man for yourself and for your community, for your family, for your relatives, for your friends, to lean on you. We are not, what do you call it, my brother's keeper? That's empty words. Because we don't really hold up each other. We don't support one another. And we don't have the support societally, communally, nationally. We don't have. We don't have programs that says, if you as a man are suffering at work, here's a wellness officer. Talk to them. Male wellness officers. Because a lot of men are still very reluctant to talk to females. Most social workers, most psychologists, most welfare or wellness officers in many different institutions are female. Where are we to say, until we have normalized this thing of our pride and ego to say, no, women, I don't talk to a woman. Until we have done away with that, where are we to actually strengthen men to talk to other men, men to support one another? When a man is doing something wrong, when a man is abusing alcohol or drugs or whatever to numb pain, where are we to help that person and not to stoke it on and not to say, oh, you drank how many beers, drink more. Instead, we say, that's enough. Something is bothering you, something is making you, because when we're drunk, we cry, we talk out, we talk about our problems. Where are we to do that when we are sober? Where are our churches to designate Sundays? How many Sundays in a year? 52. How many of them are designated to the wellness of men, women, and children? And not just talking about going to heaven, because I don't know when we are going to get there. Right now we are here and we are suffering. So where are we, as an example, churches where it's like, today we want to talk about men's wellness, women's wellness, how to be a proper father, how not to be an absent father, how not to be a person who is absent where you are needed. Those are the things that we need. Hopefully it will help men to feel more free, more open to say, yes, I'm a man, I'm supposed to be whatever, but I have weaknesses, I have shortcomings, I have things that I fear, but there's help out here. And the help is not linked to one particular number or one particular institution. And if that institution should close or refuse to help me, I'm left out in the open to suffer by myself.
You spoke earlier on about the cultural norms, and you know how they often portray seeking mental health as in some sort of weakness, especially for men. But how can society actually, begin to break the stigma and create, a more supportive environment?
Our president was talking to traditional leaders.
Yes.
I am like, where are we inviting those traditional leaders one by one to come and talk about how tradition and culture can help men to avoid suicide? What do we have embedded, built into our cultures that says, as a man, this is how you handle things. As a man, this is how you remain a healthy person. Where is that? Where are they on this show and any other? To come and talk about when we say, oh, our cultures is our bedrock for support. What in our cultures can help us to avoid wanting to kill ourselves? As an example I like to throw out all the time, for young women in the Oshuambo culture, we have Olufuko. It's supposed to be a process that helps them prepare to become women, know how to be a woman, know how to be a mother, and so on. Where's such a similar program for boys in all ethnic groups, whether Herero, Damara, Kavang, whatever? Where is that for men? So that you are then also prepared to say, wow, what does it take to be a boyfriend? What does it take to be a husband? What does it take to be a father? I'm groomed, I'm guided, I am conditioned, I'm socialized into things that are positive, progressive, productive for me as a member of family, community, nation.
Another issue, or rather what's been known, especially for men, what makes it quite difficult for them to actually get over the mental health issues that they experience, is the speaking out. The ability, or rather just the courage to come to another man and say, hey, I'm struggling, this is what I'm facing. It's a struggle that actually is known. That's why the statistics are that high. What really can you tell us about that? What's your observation around this, and how can men really, break that and lay themselves on the ground and actually open up?
Let's start with this lip service. How many times have you heard about men who wants to complain or lay a charge at a police office and then supposedly they are laughed at? So where is that police force, that institution, that infrastructure announcing that we have a program, we are educating all our police officers, male and female, how to take care of men who come crying about they're being abused at home? I've not heard of that yet. I've not seen that. And that's what I'm saying is that we know what the problems are, and we can be very verbose about what the problems are, but what are the solutions? We talk about, no, you shouldn't laugh at men who are looking for help. But what are you doing as a country? What are we doing to help men to know that if you have an issue, I'm there for you, and vice versa? And where are we, me and you, to get together and say, like, you know what? We enjoy soccer, we enjoy whatever else, but on a Thursday afternoon, we're going to make a time where we're going to get together and just have plain talk about what are your issues, what are mine. We pledge that to one another. Group counseling for men. Something I've experienced while I was living in America. Men on a Saturday, twice a month, a group of men who come together to say, okay, we shut out the whole world out there. We're going to talk about what is your problem, what's yours, what's yours, what's yours, and what is a potential solution for yours, for yours, for yours. And that's how I get to learn that, wow, men can open up, men can express themselves, because we have created a safe place. Because we pledge to that when you come in here, you are coming to support. You're not coming here to come and grab and get stories to go and gossip. No. That's not in place. So the more we talk, but the less we do, the more this is going to continue. So until we say, no, every Saturday in Okahao, in Okakarara, wherever you are, every Friday, every Monday morning, there is this program, there are these facilitators, there are these wellness practitioners, mental health practitioners, their numbers, go and talk to them. We don't have that. We rely on a place called Lifeline. But who is Lifeline? If Lifeline a government institution, is Lifeline an NGO? And if they were to lose their number, what then? Because everywhere you go, you hear about call 116 or 106. I don't want to call. I don't have a phone. Where do I go? They are here. They want to talk to you on the phone. I don't have a phone. They don't speak my language. What do I do? Where are we decentralizing what we try and pack on Lifeline? Other than Lifeline, who else can help? Ministry of Health, what programs? When are they here to come and say, these are the programs that we have that men can plug into? Ministry of Health, Ministry of Gender, where are your programs? Any other ministry, any other entity, private or whatever, where are they to say, we have programs that are here to help men not to bear the burden of life all by themselves? That's what's missing. So men feel left out, men feel frustrated, men feel so alone, so neglected, so ignored by all of us. And they see themselves as, oh, the only outcome that can work for me is killing myself.
Let's talk about bringing it down to a household, because that's where everything basically starts. How can family members or relatives or spouses actually then also start to create a better environment for a man to actually understand that, you know, it's okay to not be okay, and also that they can actually find hope? Let's start from there.
We need to have healthy conversations at our homes about the expectations of men. A lot of expectations on men are unrealistic, unhealthy. You cannot be the provider, the this, the protector, the whatever. How were you resourced? How were you empowered to have those? If my child wants to get help with homework, but I never went to school, how do I allow my child to say, I'm your father, but you are more learned than I? I'm your father, I'll pay the school fees, but when it comes to your homework. So where are we to deal with issues of pride, issues of so-called respect? Because when you say, Daddy, I know English better than you, to most of us, like, that's disrespect. But that's actually true. My child, you know English better than I, but God, guess what? I know life better than you, and you are dependent on me. So give me credit for that. Where are we to have open conversations with our children, with our families, to say, don't just pile things on me and expect me to have answers for anything, because I'm also a fragile person like anybody else. We don't have those conversations. We say to men, open up, but open up to who is receptive to whatever man has to say. Men gonna open up, but are we then gonna make fun of them? Are we gonna look down on them? Are we gonna disrespect them? So where is the balance in the energy in terms of that approach?
Thank you very much. Lastly, and just briefly, what advice do you have for Namibians who might be struggling with mental health issues or feel afraid to speak up or seek help when it comes to mental health?
Most mental health wellness practitioners are registered in this country through an institution called the Health Professional Council. You can call and ask. You can go to their website and ask, who are these people? Because they have offices, they have telephone numbers. We have social workers. there are places, what do we call it, Red Cross. That's another institution.
That's right.
That where there are social workers.
Yeah.
Where are we to expose men to that? They are doctors, your general practitioner, your GP, can refer you to a psychologist, can refer you to a mental health practitioner that can help you.
Thank you.
Instead of being just a doctor to say, oh, you have a cold, here's some pills, bye. How are you? How's the wife? How's the girlfriend? We don't have those conversations.
Yeah.
At work, instead of, how did Manchester do? How did you wake up? You were talking about you were having a problem.
Yes.
We need to open up so that men can feel like we are received, we are home.
Yeah.
It's a safety net. We can feel free to talk. That we need to promote,
Absolutely.
but on a daily, weekly basis, not once when something happened that catches our attention.
Absolutely. Mr. Ngamane, thank you so much. Very, very wise words that you shared with us today. Thank you so much for your kind advice. Of course, hope to speak to you again.
No problem.
Absolutely.
Let's not meet once a year.
Absolutely. Every single day.